You've probably heard of narcissists, you've heard of psychopaths, but there's a personality type even more dangerous and far harder to spot. They understand your pain, they read your emotions perfectly, they know exactly what you're feeling, and they use it against you. They're called Dark Empaths, and the scary part is, they might be someone you trust, or worse, they might be you. What is a Dark Empath? On the surface, empathy seems like a superpower for good. It allows us to connect, to feel, to understand others. But what happens when someone has high empathy, combined with dark traits like narcissism, manipulation, and Machiavellianism? You get the Dark Triad with emotional intelligence. A Dark Empath is someone who can feel what you feel, your fears, your desires, your insecurities. But instead of using that insight to help or comfort you, they use it to control, humiliate, or deceive. They're not loud like narcissists. They're not cold like psychopaths. They're charming, they're disarming, and they're terrifyingly effective. How they manipulate you, Dark Empaths weaponize your emotions. They know what makes you tick, and they don't need to guess. They'll listen just enough to mirror your wounds. They'll validate you just enough to build trust. And once you feel safe, they'll start to pull the strings, quietly, subtly, and often without you realizing it. This is how they manipulate: guilt tripping, after everything I've done for you; silent punishment, withholding affection to make you chase their approval; passive-aggressive empathy, comforting you, then subtly blaming you; public charm, private cruelty, they appear kind to everyone else, making you doubt your own experience; and the scariest part? They'll convince you they're the victim, while you apologize for bleeding. Why they're so dangerous? Unlike typical manipulators, Dark Empaths often don't trigger alarms. People around them admire their emotional intelligence. They're popular, persuasive, and socially aware. They don't need to scream or rage. They whisper, they twist, they reshape reality. That's what makes them so dangerous. You trust them, and they know it. Psychologists have found that Dark Empaths are often more socially skilled than other dark personalities. They're better at reading people, building influence, and avoiding accountability, which means they do more damage, with less risk of being exposed. How to spot one? So how do you know if someone is a Dark Empath? Watch for patterns like empathy with control. They seem to care, but you always end up doing what they want. Charm with cruelty. They're kind to everyone in public, but cold or cutting in private. Victim playing. They constantly shift blame, even when they clearly cause harm. Emotional mimicry. They reflect your feelings perfectly, but only when it benefits them. If someone always seems to know exactly how to get inside your head, but leaves you drained, confused, or doubting yourself, you might be dealing with a Dark Empath. Can a Dark Empath change? Here's the hard truth. Dark Empaths often know what they're doing, and they justify it. They'll say they're just protecting themselves, or that the world is too cruel for kindness. But empathy without compassion is manipulation. Feeling someone's pain means nothing if you keep causing it. Can they change? Yes, but only if they choose self-awareness over control. Only if they see others as people to connect with, not tools to use. The Dark Empath is a master of the human mind. They can sense your emotional world and walk through it like a thief in the night. That's what makes them so effective and so dangerous. So ask yourself, are you being understood? Or are you being studied? Are you being helped? Or are you being handled? Awareness is your defense. Not all empathy is good, and not all evil looks cold. Stay sharp, protect your mind, and trust your instincts, even when they whisper. Subscribe if you want more tools to outthink manipulation, one dark truth at a time.